Another great activity for remote learning is using what's called Google Jamboard, and I'll show you what that is here in just a second. But to interact with our resources, if I was to go into, again, to this Go Discovered in week 21, if I come over here to the right-hand side, this is the student edition. I can pull the student edition up here, and then I can go into each one of these publications, these as if it is the print, and pull information out of them. Let's say I wanted to copy this picture. What I would do is I would just do a screenshot of this image, and then I would bring it over to Google Jamboard, and I'll show you what that looks like. This is actually a Google Jamboard that I've created. It's got a couple on them. You can look through here and see some of these things. I've even created a Venn diagram that with word banks that are associated with that specific unit. But the way that it works is, again, you would go into jamboard.google.com and create one. As you can see, I've created several of them here. But let's say I wanted to create a new one. I'm going to create a new one. It's going to bring me up. It's going to give me a blank canvas. And then it's going to give me a couple of different options over here on the left-hand side. What I want to do is I want to bring in some images from the resources that we were just in. So again, I'm going back into this week 21, and I want to pull in, let's say I want to bring in this entire publication. So I'm going to do a Command Shift 4, and then I'll just screenshot whatever it is I want to bring over. And then I'm going to go back over into the Jam itself, and I'm going to select the files that I want to upload. And that screenshot was one that I just took. So I can bring that right over if I'd like, or I could even go into the online publication. Once that comes up, I'll show you what you can do with it. But now this becomes a way for your students to engage and collaborate in real time. So there's sticky notes over here on the left-hand side that they can go into. They can create sticky notes. Say, I see a bucket, or whatever it is that they see on the screen, or that you're wanting them to associate with in this specific article. But they can do this with a phone, with their iPad, with any type of a device that has access to online, and they can do this in real time. But a couple things, let me show you what I did um, with some of the others. Whoops, sorry, change the name here. With some of the others that I used, is I went into the publication and I created, again, I did a screenshot, but I also took some of the primary sources that were actually also part of that publication. And I went through and took one specific, and I want them to, tell me what it is that they're seeing, but also a Venn diagram, like I said, created these little sticky notes, defined the ones that are Chinese in blue, Mexican green, African American in orange, and then they can post here per the word bank on where they can compare and contrast to where individuals were, looked at differently, how they were treated differently, those types of things in this Venn diagram or compare and contrast dialogue. So this all happens in real time. It's a lot of fun. It's a great way to keep your students involved and engaged. And again, if you wanted to go into Google Meet and share with them what you would like for them to do in a Jamboard, that would be awesome too. So just another fun way of being interactive with your students is Google Jamboard. And the way that you get to that is jamboard.google.com. Hopefully this helps.